In November 2019, Tesla announced the future of transportation known as the Cybertruck. After much anticipation, Tesla has finally produced and delivered its first batch of Cybertrucks to customers in the inauguration delivery event in November 2023. Tesla's Cybertruck is a new mode of transportation that could withstand Tommy gun bullets and crossbow arrows, outrace a Porsche 911 while towing a Porsche 911, and provides new use cases and utility to consumers. While some are off-put by its science fiction apocalyptic look and remain loyal to traditional brands and pickup trucks, others are enamored by its unique design and world-class engineering. In this video, we would outline why we believe Tesla Cybertruck is the future of transportation. We'll dive into the Cybertruck's influence on the pickup truck market, the evolution of the pickup truck's value, and what does this mean for consumers looking for their next vehicle, the vehicle industry as a whole, and Tesla as a company moving forward. As of 2022, the global pickup truck market size stood at $199 billion, with North America as the largest pickup truck market, representing 65% of the total market share. The market is expected to grow to $299 billion by 2030, representing a 5.3 annual growth rate. Pickup trucks have been a staple for the North American consumer base on uses for towing capacity, last-mile freight delivery with the emerging e-commerce sector, and the rise in off-road activities compared to other regions around the globe. In the United States alone, there were sales of 2.7 million deliveries across major players in the pickup truck space, such as the Ford F-Series, the Chevrolet Silverado, Ram pickup, and Toyota lines. Enter the Tesla Cybertruck. So how will the Cybertruck influence the pickup truck market? What we do know is that as of early 2024, there are approximately 2 million orders on the Cybertruck waitlist patiently waiting for their delivery dates. With early days of the Cybertruck production, it is very safe to say that the ramp of the manufacturing would take some time, very similar to the initial ramp of the Tesla Model 3. Elon Musk stated that in 2024, there will not be a material amount of deliveries for the Cybertruck. The current production capacity for the Austin Gigafactory is roughly 125,000. But as Musk says, creating a one-off model and prototype for the vehicle is actually the easy part. The hard part is manufacturing the vehicle at scale and getting out of production hell. In 2025, the goal of Tesla is to aim for 200,000 to 250,000 of deliveries for the Cybertruck. A 200,000 yearly delivery target would place the Tesla Cybertruck as the 6th highest in sales volumes for pickup trucks in the United States. Taking this at face value, the Cybertruck at fully ramped production would roughly make 7.4% of the market share in the US. If we compare apples to apples when it comes to the EV pickup truck market, the Cybertruck would be the leader in sales volumes and productions by far. Rivian would be a distant second with 50,000 deliveries in 2023, and this further pales in comparison to Ford's F1 Lightning with 20,000 deliveries in 2023. What makes the Cybertruck transformational is not how it fits into the picture of the existing pickup truck market, but more so how it would evolve and expand the pickup truck market. Particularly, this would evolve the pickup truck market in two distinct ways. Number one, being the demographic of pickup truck buyers, and number two, the utility and use cases of pickup trucks. So if we dive into the demographic of pickup truck drivers collected from Zippia, the average demographic of pickup truck drivers in the US is 89% male, 11% female, at least 50 years old, with sales volumes most prominent in states across the Midwest such as Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho leading the pack. In comparison, the average demographic of a Tesla driver in the US is 71% male, 29% female, with the higher end models such as the Model X and Model S have an average age of 54 years old, whereas the more affordable and scalable models such as the Model 3 and Y have an average age of 47 to 49 years old. Also wanted to note that the 25 to 44-year-olds is actually the fastest emerging buying group for Tesla drivers in the States. In terms of sales volumes, it is most prominent on the West Coast and East Coast with higher density populations such as California, Florida, and New York. By seeing the demographics of pickup truck drivers and Tesla drivers overlap each other, the entry of the Tesla Cybertruck in the pickup market will open up the pickup market to younger early adopters who are also open to EV technologies, geographically distribute the volumes of pickup trucks across higher density states, and with Tesla's supercharger network and other major OEMs adopting the North American charging standard, the pickup truck market, particularly the EV pickup truck market, will open up buyers in non-traditional segments such as the West and East Coast states. And this would pose the question, when consumers are looking to buy their next pickup truck, what would factor in their decision criteria? Which leads us to our next point, the utility and use cases of pickup trucks. So we know the key demographics that make up the pickup truck market, but why do exactly people buy pickup trucks? The buying and decision-making process would typically involve one or more of these use cases. Versatility. The pickup truck is incredibly versatile for different situations, whether it's for personal transportation, work-related, and heavy-duty needs. Towing capacity. The ability for the vehicle to pull heavy weights, such as trailers, boats, campers, and other types of heavy weight. Off-road capability. Designed for moving on off-road terrain across urban and nature environments under different types of weather conditions. And payload capacity. Extra space to store items compared to normal-sized vehicles. So outside of the obvious design differences, the Cybertruck leverages the ingenuity of Tesla engineers to expand on the utility of what a traditional pickup truck can do. So here's a brief overview of the Cybertruck specs. We have the towing capacity at almost 5,000 kilos. Payload capacity is around 1,100 kilos. Performance and speed, so going from 0 to 60 is around 2.7 seconds. And when it comes to the new features that vary from your traditional pickup truck, doors are actually bulletproof to 45 caliber and 9mm rounds. You're able to charge with your Cybertruck approximately 11.5 kilowatts of power, so you could even power up a house. There's even power outlets, so there's integrated outlets to power tools and equipment, a base camp utility add-on for tent setup on the rear end of the Cybertruck, full self-driving capabilities under their current software version, and obviously, by being part of the Tesla product suite, it is electric and does not produce emissions. While Tesla's Cybertruck definitely has the biggest presence as a pioneer for EV pickup trucks, based on both search volume and the number of media publications, this actually has encouraged other traditional OEM companies to produce EV alternatives in the pickup truck market as well. So does that necessarily mean the competition is coming for Tesla Cybertruck? Only time will tell, but from what we've heard in the financial media over the past couple of years, here are the three common themes we constantly hear. The S&P will outperform most active funds, always bet against Jim Cramer's picks, and claims that the competition is coming to threaten Tesla's market.
You have the Mach-E, and just looking at the cars that are coming, you have the Audi e-tron, the BMW iX3, the Mercedes E-Coupe, Volvo X40, Volkswagen ID4, clearly the Mustang Mach-E, the Nissan Ariya, the Honda i5, the Kia EV6, clearly you have the Ford F-150.
Here we're going to be taking a look at the side-by-side comparisons from a price to utility standpoint with other pickup trucks and EV pickup trucks. So we'll be comparing Tesla Cybertruck to the Ford F-150, which is the top-selling pickup truck in the States, the Ford F-150 Lightning, and the Rivian RT. So we're going to be looking at price, range, speed, utility, and additional features as well. So after looking at the comparisons, the value of each vehicle is subjective to the consumer's unique situation and desired use cases. But by increasing the threshold of what a traditional pickup truck can do and engineering new utility into pickup trucks, this really provides the consumer additional options to consider when deciding which vehicle to purchase. At the end of the day, the consumers will inevitably dictate who the market leaders are and which vehicle will best fit their needs. So what does the Cybertruck's influence mean for consumers looking for their next vehicle, the pickup truck market industry, and for Tesla and its shareholders? When it comes to the consumer, there's added choice when it comes to selecting their next pickup truck. Factors such as design, performance, and utility have broadened the scope of what a pickup truck is defined as, which will invite a variety of new consumers. This will inevitably increase the addressable market for the pickup truck. While design is always subjective, history has shown that vehicles have adopted changing designs over the years. If you look at the horse and buggy, going to the Model T, going to your traditional sedan, going to a Tesla EV vehicle. When it comes to the pickup truck industry, with examples such as the Ford F1 Lightning and Rivian's R1T, OEMs and EV startups are already delivering and producing alternatives to the Cybertruck. With approximately 2 million customers on the wait list, while production is being ramped up in the next year, there is continuous pressure for OEMs and other EV manufacturers to fulfill consumer demand. This is a classic case of the innovator's dilemma, where companies would have to choose if they should invest in new innovative products for future demand or focus on products that provide immediate returns to the company and its shareholders. With Tesla, it always comes down to how it progresses towards their mission. Tesla's mission has always been to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. By providing an EV pickup truck with the Cybertruck, this would aid in this transition to a sustainable energy future for pickup truck consumers to consider EV alternatives. In addition, the Cybertruck is arguably one of Tesla's biggest marketing campaigns, with the kind of attention and notoriety it's receiving. Countless YouTube videos, articles, and virality have been generated ever since its launch event in 2019. By experimenting with a unique design and adding in new utility for a vehicle, they are altering the definition of a pickup truck consumer. As they are ramping up production for the Cybertruck, only time and the market will tell how this will impact the company and its shareholders in the long term. If you like this video, here on the channel we do video essays on where we observe finance in our everyday life, so you can check out the next video right here if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.